Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Today with another podcast episode of the Game Talk series. For episode 5 with the Tom Clancy with another Tom Clancy's franchise known as the Division 1, the Division 2. Now, I'm probably around the corner with Heartlands, but this I have no idea of it. So let's gonna keep it that way. And as always, this podcast will be available on YouTube, Spotify, Google, and even now on Apple Podcast as well. So it's plenty of variety of platforms that this podcast can be tagged in and enjoyed. And as well, I've got my other social links such as Twitch, YouTube, I mean Twitter, and of course you can follow me on Twitch as well, where I stream, and occasionally on YouTube as well. And otherwise, and as well, once a week or whenever a podcast goes on YouTube Live, I'm usually as well on that day available for any Q&A or a small chit chat if interested, and you may just hang out as you wish. Oh, nice and chilled. All right, and otherwise, um, if you keep put on your tags, share and like, subscribe. I mean, likes, follow. You know, yeah, would be much appreciated. All right, shall we go and start with the episode 5 of the Game Talk series, of the talk series in the Game Talk branch? Episode 5 of the Division 1 and Division 2, right? Now, I will first now start with Division 1. Well, I came to realize that I have been having some sort of liking in the so-called division, the Tom Clancy's franchise. Not just mostly of his novels, but also some movies, and and of course as well in his not so lately in his Amazon series with Jack Ryan, and also of course uh, latest and as well of course on the games like Splinter Cell, uh, Ghost Recon, The Division, and both some point of also like Rainbow Siege 6, but only like the campaign part of it, basically like Las Vegas, something like this, and yeah. So in this case, with the Division, how it was, in my opinion, it was not the same as was once like presented, in the cinematics and so on. Was probably also all this like downgraded, but the start of this game was quite a severe experience from the moment on, right? The moment on, the Division 1 is based in somewhere in New York, I think, yeah, and this basically starts off like with a character. You get your character created, customized on, and you basically jump into the Division's lore story campaign. This is based about the incident about the dollar flu, and the whole thing just went out of disarray, and the whole state of emergency and so on, and has been obviously shifted or tasked to the division agents and so on, right? And since and so on, you basically start with your uh, well, the game starts in a whole big open world of like New York. I don't know what's the place called there again. So I think the first like harpist, no, what's called harp. Yeah, we can This is more headquarters. You can say headquarters. Yeah, headquarters hub. Certainly where you stay for the first time. And we get no, you get to build the headquarters up again. Now it was all like getting like electricity, gas, food, water supplies, security stuff, and so on, so on, weapons, and some medic supplies, and you know, and as you do that, you obviously upgrade your whole headquarters to better, higher quality, and so on. And as well, your character gets proceeded with leveling now from level 1 to level 30, I think it was, and then obviously you have this your loadouts, different kind of weaponry, weapon arts, and you usually deep dive. You dive deep into the divisions story. You're facing off against all this now type of criminal gangbangs and whatever you call them, like uh, the what you will call them all this you obviously have to send new factions there. Uh, the, 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 um, Basically, you try to take the street, take the fight upon them, clear up the way all the way up again to a better, greater future. And you obviously are getting, into like fights again in an open world fights where you have to fight where you have to fight through your way before before any missions would start. No, before you before you proceed to any missions positions or with your missions location. So obviously you have to fight your way through, and as well as for the first time as a first playthrough experience. Now you in a single player. I mean, as a solo first, and then once you reach up to the so-called missions, you can play solo or with a group of other online players, co-op, and do the missions together. Story missions. There's also like side missions, and there's also like called raid incursions. Up to 8 players as well, and you know the lore, the story, the campaign, the version is quite. It's quite a how you call it, dark one. It has a lot of this conspiracy type of roots, and a lot of this cover ups, you can say, and lots of other shady things you have to unveil. And lots of these so-called trust and antitrust occasions you're gonna experience having even in your own division, like you have like you have your agents, and then you have your rogue agents, and then you have like basically the same thing in the other units. They have someone this so your trusted ally, and the other ones like becoming the rogue type of the antitrust type of and so on, and basically what I like about it is, first of all, it's a great like, open world. It really felt niche for the first time. The the last game I ever played that had this sort of similar open world FPS third person like this. With, was maybe I don't know. I can't remember much. Besides maybe yeah Deus Ex, but Deus Ex was another type of genre, but also like when maybe Splinter Cell in type of wise, but I never have played Splinter Cell really much to the end yet, or any really much. But from what I know, it's basically it's nice and it was a nice great experience. It was nice. Had a really nice, great ups. Had really nice potential, and it had like nice music. It has nice background music. It has this nice story to it as well. Um, the voice actors, the voice in English are great as well. Really nice, friendly, casual level up to the very hardcore if you want, from PvP to roleplay and to like PvE and whatever you want, you could do. And there are certain, of course, some dislikes I had. This is dislikes something like where there was like sort of limitations the game had, and it's like first sort of this is like especially it came very frustrating for me when the first incursion or the first say DLC came out called the Clear Sky, yeah, and this basically where you proceed to the place where like when the helicopter crashed or gets shut down. You have to go all the way to the LZ, to the landing zone or to the crash site now. And until you go there, you first have to. The spawn point starts very off the grid. You first have to basically find a group there, 4 people. Then once the 4 people, people are all assembled, have been assembled, you basically go in to the grid. You fight your way all the way to the crash site, and downsides is there one when you proceed if you have already proceeded like to like a couple of blocks ahead already, and should one or more members disconnect, leave, and you wanted so and in order to like have more, new people or new members who joined, you would have to go back to the spawn point, and then only possible then you would be able to activate the group search, and then you have to wait again for the people to come in, and then you would have to go all the way back where you were and fight continue your way fight your way and continue fighting your way through the to the mass of opponents there you have there. And then once you reach the crash site location, there's another spawn point there. Not the spawn. There's basically the third, another like say assembling point you can say, and from there the real battle starts. Now the crash site is like really in the middle of this and the helicopter crash is right in the middle of this whole complex outside. It's all like well surrounded with with gates and a lot of heavy to heavy opposition forces are enemy factions are actually in there, and you will have to go inside there. And if you have succeeded, you're great. But if you don't succeed, and the thing there wasn't quite say it wasn't easy, right? But this was also not that impossible to do. You would have really need like nice good cooperation between teams who does what, and really like manage the points between where you have to collect some resources, back them up, and so on. But should one member give up or leave, and fighting as 4 people there against the whole thing, against the whole enemy complex, yeah, or suplex. It's already hard enough, but should they leave? Should a member leave? Should a member 2 leave? You would have even harder times, And then again, if you would have to would wanted somebody to rejoin you, yeah, you would have to go all the way back to the grid where you started, unless you die. I mean, unless you get taken out, your starting point will all the way back then again, where you would have started. And there you would have to search again for new players and then go all the way back to there to fight then, all the then you would have to go all through all the blocks you were before it, and then repeat, try again. And there were numerous occasions where just had like struggles finishing the incursion, clear sky, and it's like it didn't last long until somebody else left again, or the team died and someone left, rage quitted, or something like that. And then this gets repetitive now, and I just got way out of hand, and I got just this is what really what for me. This is what really what Division One for me has put on ice now. And the funny thing, after all the other, later DLCs that came afterwards, now like for the Division One, like the one that's called, yeah, the first DLC with the incursions, clear sky, and then with the later updates called Last Stand, where you go against Anna of these rogue agents and rogue military unit, um, and it was also called the Last Stand, the incursion. Um, and I remember this one, and I remember this incursion, this DLC. I remember I succeeded or I've completed that. Yeah. There was some story, yes, in this, but it was manageable. It did, yeah. And then when I wanted to try again the Clear Sky 1.1 incursion, 1.1 incursion Clear Sky, and it just I wouldn't just get to complete it now. And as sadly I couldn't complete it, I obviously have dropped Division 1 for sure back then. And then obviously I have waited patiently for Division 2. And the Division 2 was, let's say, a vastly sort of a vastly better type. Let's say, it was surely let's say, great sequel franchise to the Division as the Division 2 title. And the game itself immediately got had from the first like it also had to be called this sort of downgraded uh, version than what you had in shown in the cinematic or in the first review trailer, cinematic gameplay, and so on. But anyways, in the Division 2, the what I like there, a lot of things have been like completely redoed, revamped, reshuffled, and that's what and Division 2 was exactly sort of what is still today surprisingly great. Uh, it's still a great game for today's time. So basically, what is Division 2? Um, you basically start as well first before you um, jump into the game. You basically get your character fixed again, created, and instead of going off to New York, you're going first into Washington, uh, and there you start your Division 2 main campaign and playthrough, and then obviously you get other characters happening there, and already this Division 2, the open world felt much more, let's say, alive again, much more alive, much more like in let's say much more alive. Yeah, I said much more like much more being to be very around what's looking around corner in front of you, behind you now, because the numerous of enemy faction or sort of things are back in there. I mean, more harder ones. Enemy units are not weaker, and they have like all this. No, as well in Division 1, Division 2 also have these so-called heavy armored NPCs. They would they would die eventually at some point of time, but they don't die immediately if you had like if you started from fresh, um, not much of gear, and basically it would take a couple of mags to take down one big guy. He was either wearing a big hammer, a sledgehammer, minigun, a Gatling gun, and so on. And basically, yeah, but it was this. But then as well, you had all this so-called the enemy or horde waves. Do you think you have taken down the enemy factions for good? Nah, a second wave is coming, and yeah, what I also liked about what I basically liked in Division 2, it's basically not that you have the enemies that you're the so-called the primary enemies that you already know from Division 1 and Division 2. There are also like other sort of special enemy units that will actually appear and hunt you down. This is like one of the, for example, the rogue agents. Uh, Sort of because the opposite of what you can do, they can only do better and more perks to offer. And there are also so-called the hunters. There's another type of oak agent, but even on another level again, as I've understood. Yeah, and these ones are as crucial and it's a uh, and tells a hard, heavy hitting enemy unit that needs to be cautious about now. And obviously, I had my also a little bit of dislikes, but dislikes is like a little bit less than how it was in Division 1, with Division 1. But, and these were missing some, um, I would say the potential between Division 1 and Division 2. Division 2 had, again, the much more potential, has much more potential than the predecessor. And and of course I mean nothing of great bit of to show greatness for that franchises no it did it maybe started division division 2 started great then when it came the first DLC or add-on the Warlords of New York you basically would travel back to New York where you would face some of the Division 1 unit factions and some of the older other main rogue agents and and um, end game not end game but like main rogue agents high value targets and you would have to track them down, hunt them down, and take them down, obviously. And then what I liked unto the I mean, story-wise, as again was great. This is great. The death lore of the divisions, Tom Clancy's. Now it's always this nice, dark, suspenseful, lurking. This intelligence, sort of this sort of no, task network, NSA, CIA, and whatever. All this last battalion and whatever you can call them, and and obviously um, I like how it proceeds, how it starts, how you go down, how you get to hunt down the first, not the first, but the warlords of New York main rogue agent villain, and the main anti-rogue of that uh, first encounter in the expansion, where you see that uh, you take you get to take them take down, and you obviously see the like cinematic followed after this, and then after this all the uh, all the other manhunts that came out after this, after after Agent Keen, the first main anti-rogue, the first rogue agent in Warlords of Warlords of New York campaign. Uh, the manhunts that came afterwards, they did not have so-called this follow up cinematic, and so something like this, where you just had basically to search their search their manhunts, lieutenants, officers, so on. Take them down first. You had to take over the some territories, some outposts, take down some of the elites there, and then once you have them, you could proceed to the first four the first four lieutenants, you can say, sub the sub squad of that main manhunt target, and once you have completed all these four sub semi manhunt targets, you will proceed to the main manhunt target, which we would have to take them down, so on. But after this, basically, after you would have taken down, it just would end like this, and it will eventually give you some insights how it came that the other one also traded as a traitor in the division agency, but it doesn't follow up with any like kind of with any cinematic to enclose like it was with the first manhunt, with the first rogue agent manhunt, no, and obviously now it's like season 5 or so. No, not season 5. So it's season 11 in year 5 or so. The whole the whole Division 2 experience between now and then has been is completely different. Now, for example, Division 2, after all after all the updates, uh, extra ads with the perks, features, and so many other things that have come throughout the years and time, it feels so much better now. I mean, if I would to play as a new as from a new player experience and Division 2 on the table uh, it would be so much different now and much more enjoyable type of experience than how it was with Division Two when it came up for the first time. And throughout the years till the year of what's this to the year to the year what is now the season 11 that's also coming to a close. I think in this week, next week it will be. I mean, for this week I think season 11, week 14 or 14, and basically uh, the main manhunt target for season 11 is also I think is now ready to be tracked down and taken down. And well, um, yeah, I mean, as much I have much say liking to that, I I mean when liking it is still uh, it is still a great game for the year in 2023, and I and I said it's not the game is not less fun anymore. It's not less fun. It is more fun now. Even for return. I mean, I'm not sure about about other folks, but for who like sort of game genres such open world, it's called yeah FPS. You have need to be cautious about and and there are also a lot of other features, cool features you can do in there. You have this besides in your main missions, side missions. You have besides the main mission, side missions, besides the raids, incursions. No, you also have the small side free roam activities that I like to do. Like besides taking a post camp or outpost, um, I like what you call there's like small SHD catches. It's called special division something. A bit small like and you will need to you need to basically think and try to think how you would have to find those small catches. No, it contains like sort of rewards or sort of upgrades to your character progression, and they're called SHD SHD cage something like this. And basically, you would need to go all the way. You would need you would either go like all the way around of the building. You would need to climb some from one side of the corner, or one side of the other building's roof. You would need to climb somewhere there, and then somewhere there again. And you basically have to find how like how to open the doors. They would need to like find the cable. You need some of to cut out the electricity so it would get open, or you would need something to something. Basically, you would need to think about how to open up things and then get the loot from there. Now, this one some interesting features I liked, and the other is basically the free roaming experience. Now, basically, you just hang around in the open world, and then basically you are have the. I mean, and you would also, and then you would basically counter against the opposition forces are on the street. I say like you would basically go against these enemy factions on the open world in the open world as you free roam through the open world in New York or in Washington there, and then basically it would have be would obviously get in the fights between one faction, enemy faction, maybe two, and the whole thing gets piled up, and the whole thing gets like one wave, second wave, third wave, and so on, and then out of sudden, you hear the special like this music or this sound that for people who knows the sound, like the sound to know when you will face against other rogue agents. No, when there's like attention rogue agent, or there's like before that there's a briefly a draft feeling sound music that plays, and before this is possible rogue agent or rogue agent, you know it is a rogue agent you will have to face, and not just one. There might be multiple. One depends if you are solo, it might be one, two, and if you're in a group, there might be like two, three, four about as well. And holy shit, they have like what you have, but they have much more improved perks. What you have, so they have you maybe have in your equipment maybe one drone and one something else gadget. They have multiple gadgets. They have flamethrower. They have flying drones with explosion. They have snipers, turrets. They have whatever, and so on, so on. Yeah, I mean, uh, and at this point, the rogue agents can kill you very quickly if you are not aware. And if you're gonna rush them, they will take them down. The best what you have to do, rogue agent, you have to take your time. You have to like try to take them isolated. No. You have to take first the first one isolated, proceed to second, the third and fourth. That's how you do the sort of how you can go how you can win over the rock agents or would win. No, yeah. And once you die or once you get taken down by the rock agents, they disappear. So you would have basically to wait or play for another time and they will reappear again. So yeah, and I don't know what else to say besides my recommendation. If you are into like Tom Clancy's franchise, Division 1, Division 2, you haven't played Division 2 for ages, and Division 2 now is a good time to go in again, just have fun, play, try out, didn't like, can install again, but it is what it is, and I say it is um, vastly different, better, and I hope uh, whenever the next division will eventually be in the say and on the verge of becoming a to go yes sequel. Otherwise, you have this what's called the Heartlands game, Division Heartlands that is placed in the Division universe between I think it's between Division 1 or 2, or is it, I think before Division 1 starts, before the Dodo, Dodo flu incident there. And yeah, I mean, that's all I can say for now about Heartlands. And I think so much for for this episode's uh, Game Talk series. I think gonna conclude it with it. As much, I don't have much more to say. As in this episode time, I obviously would go deeper. I could go deeper, but it's not as serious about going deeper. And I hope um, you like such format. It's nice, and I bring such entertainment for any time of day, for any type of Spotify platform. And as always, this episode will go live on YouTube, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcast. And whenever it goes live on YouTube, I'm present there. You may join for a Q&A session or a small chit and chat. And otherwise, you can also catch me on the Twitch streaming. I stream there. I try to be more active, but now with the that I have my podcast on the works and other content that give my best to to deal with. It's yeah, but it's for another time, for another content to be talked about. Otherwise, I wish you a nice, happy rest of the weekend, and I wish you a good stay, good start of the fresh week. Take it easy, have a good one. Cheers, and take out. Peace and way out. Peace. Wow. I salute you. Cheers.